So there's some thin-leafed, oh no, that was broadleaf, they were just curled up. Some broadleaf plantain. And did you see the first thing I showed was chamomile, the tea, chamomile. So it's very interesting if, you know, they properly propagated the plants here. These guys could have everything from free tea, half their, you know, greens dealt with. You got dandelions around the area, all of it. I showed you chickweed just there. The second thing I showed you was chickweed. But my point is, imagine if you cultivated all these. Imagine if these trees, you know, like this is a patanga. See this thing here? All those leaves there. It's a big bush. That's all patanga, this thing here. There's a lot of babies, but there's like one or two or something big ones in there. And that's a wild cherry. It's about to have fruit in a month. It's got flowers. It went through its first flowers. But look how big that is. My tent's just in behind there. But it's huge. Now, you know, every tree could be a fruit tree. You could have an avocado tree there or a whole row of avocado trees. You could have mango trees, whatever, right? Not just a lemon tree. Think about the really big trees. They've got an uva tree I've showed you. Uva de Pasa, that uva ursi. Oh no, sorry, not uva ursi, sorry. That's different. Uva de Pasa. Uva de ursi, uva ursi, not uva de ursi. Uva ursi itself is a different plant. Sorry, wasn't thinking properly then. But you know what is thinking properly? If you get that chamomile and you put it down in a good spot and let it proliferate. You know, they've got natural onions. So there's all sorts of things here from fruit trees all the way down. So actually, and you know, chicken of the woods mushroom. So I mean, eucalypt mushroom, I've showed you several mushrooms. They can have the whole range of free food here. From, you know, plant and fungi protein and trees, big fruits, all the way down to small cherries. And then that chamomile and that chickweed are obviously growing there wild. Did you see that just next to the pavement, right? And so the point is you can put that everywhere. You can just pick free, relaxing chamomile tea. So yeah, there's a lot of plants around that people just walk exactly over them. See how the plant was squashed? Someone had actually walked and stepped on that plant. Did you see? The leaves were all ruffled. It's like something I said years ago. People are walking on their cure, and I meant the dandelion. You know, I said something about people walking on their cancer cure as they go to work stressing out. So you go to work stressing out and then you discover you got cancer one day, but you're walking over the dandelion, which is the cure to your cancer, on the way to your work. And if you just stayed at home and cultivated not just the dandelion, but that's one example, but all these levels and layers of food plants, you would work much less because half the reason you go to work is for food. So anyway, just a quick example there. You see this all over the place. I always am everywhere around the world and I'll see just random little food plants that people could propagate. They could have as much chamomile tea here as they want. Look at all the land. If you've got land and any herbs growing, I encourage you to just start putting them in a little bit better soil or just improving its condition so it doesn't get walked over by everyone, or just stepping up the conditions of those food plants until they propagate themselves. Yes, they will actually propagate themselves. They'll have their own babies. It's amazing. You don't need to, you know, do too much to plants most of the time. I think people think you have to really take care of plants, but they're out here just growing, right? So just make sure they're good at the start and don't put it in direct sun. And you'll most likely have some free food. You know, it's pretty easy. Just wanted to show a little example because they've got endless land, and that's just one more little food plant to add to the larger video I'm going to embed this little excerpt in.